ঠিক পাঠাওনি নাকি ইমেল অ্যাড্রেস?
হ্যাঁ স্যার, এটাই তো আমার আছে।
তুমি কি ইনভিটেশন পেয়েছো গুগল ক্লাসরুম থেকে?
না স্যার।
তাহলে পাওনি কি?
স্যার
তোমার ইমেল অ্যাড্রেস কি?
স্যার, যেটা দিয়ে জয়েন করেছি ওটাই, সব জায়গায় ওখানে এটাই দেওয়া আছে।
সেটা আমি জানি না, আমি যেটা পেয়েছি সেটা তো দেখতে হবে ঠিক কিনা। তুমি তোমার ইমেল অ্যাড্রেসটা আমাকে পাঠাবে। মনে
ওকে
হচ্ছে
স্যার,
ঠিক ইমেল অ্যাড্রেস নেই।
ঠিক আছে।
ওকে, 313 316 319 319.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so Uday,
Sir.
have you got the invitation from classroom?
Sir, no. Invited from classroom.
No invitation. That then you will not be able to access many things. So you have to send me the your correct own email address.
Okay.
321 321 322 324
Yes, sir.
32 sorry, Apabrita Sengupta.
Yes, sir.
Apabrita,
Yes, sir.
I cannot hear your voice.
Yes, sir.
You have not sent me your email also.
Sir, I
Otherwise, you
didn't
cannot
get
join
my roll
classroom.
number.
No, no,
Sir,
I
actually,
am asking about your roll number
email.
also. At the same time, email address. Otherwise, you
Sir,
will not get invitation from
স্যার একসাথেই
Google
কি পাঠাবো
Classroom.
নাকি আগে আগে ইমেলটা পাঠিয়ে দেবো?
হ্যাঁ,
একসাথেই কি পাঠাবো নাকি আগে ইমেলটা পাঠিয়ে দেবো, কারণ রোল নাম্বারটা তো এখনো পাইনি।
গুগল ইমেল ইনভিটেশন না পাঠালে গুগল ক্লাসরুমে কিছু অ্যাক্সেস করতে পারবে না তুমি।
তাহলে স্যার আজকে আমি ইমেল অ্যাড্রেসটা পাঠিয়ে দেবো।
ওকে, শ্রাবণী বাগ 401 406
Present, sir.
408
Present, sir.
411
Present, sir.
416 418.
Present, sir.
Present. 418.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 419
Yes, sir.
420 425 420. Present or not? Alamgir?
Present, sir. Present, sir.
Okay. 425
Present, sir.
427
Present, sir.
428
Present, sir.
429 430
Present, sir.
431
Present, sir.
432
Present, sir.
433 434 435 436
Yes, sir.
437
Present, sir.
438. Okay. Is anyone left or joined
Sir,
left?
306 Sheikh Mosibul Islam.
306. Anyone
Sir,
else? Hmm?
sir, 401.
401.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. So do you have any question or have you faced any problem in solving the homework?
Sir, can you please explain the problem 3? I have not able to done that.
Problem 3 means which one? Okay,
So the VAB.
okay. Let me share quickly. Okay, just came to my mind. I hope you have got my email regarding the lecture on
Yes,
7.
sir.
Okay, so all of you join. Don't miss it. Okay,
Okay, sir.
and Shayandeep, it is your responsibility so that everyone joins in that meeting, lecture.
Okay, sir.
Okay, is this one? No, not this one. This is done. This one, 3.
Yes, sir. This one. Yes, sir.
So, what is the problem you faced? You do not know how to proceed or what?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have proceeded, but I could not make the.
Okay, remember, as you have to find VAB, so you don't disturb these two terminals, this one and this one. That you have to remember. You do whatever simplification you want, but without disturbing the two terminals. Then it will be a problem for you. So what did you do? Can you tell me 1 or 2 steps?
Sir, is the answer
Sir, actually-
0.33 volt?
Huh?
0.33 volt কি answer হবে?
0.33
volt.
No. So you can write node equations along with constants. That is one approach you can do. Right, you can write node equations. This is an equation where we have both current source and voltage source. So whether you use mesh equation or node equations, you have to use constants. So that is important. So I give you hints. You try once more. So take this voltage as V1. Okay. And this voltage as V2. This one, let me tell you. Maybe I like this. Where is it? So which problem is this? This one. So this one you define as V1 and this one you define as V2. So you have two nodes, V1 and V2. And this is another node which is actually VA and this is VB. So what will you do? Then VA minus VB will be, VAB is nothing but VA if you note the voltage at this point and voltage at this point, then it will be, you can find from VA minus VB. That means you have to find VA and VB. Again, VB is the same as this one because no current is flowing through this. So this VB is equal to the potential here, the same as this. That you have to do finally. That means you have to find the potential here as well as here. Now, how you can do that? Here you see that V1, V2 you can apply. You can apply node equations here. You can apply node equation here also, but the two nodes are connected by a voltage source. So there you have to use the constraint. So there you have to use the constraint equation. Constant equation is V1 minus V2 is equal to 1. If you substitute that, then you will have one less parameter. So, and they say this is VA. This I have said VA. So you have now one less parameter. And we assume that we are measuring all voltages with respect to this ground node. This is common node. So VAB here, VB actually this reference node voltage, which we can take as 0 if we measure with respect to VB. So now I am not writing it now. I want that you try it once more because I am giving you hints. So you write the node equation at this point, and what you do, you assume that some current is entering into this. Here use another current. So when you are solving this current, say this current is say I1, and the same current it is going out from this side. So it is similar to a current source entering into the node. So when you write the mesh equation and node equation for that, then you have the formula, the rule, you know the rule how to write the node equation. So for this part, you assume that one current source is entering. So 0.5 plus I1 will be here. And then you can write. So this is neighboring road. There is no current source. You can write for this one also. And for this one again, this is again another current source leaving that node. So in that way, you write the equations and then apply this constraint. So you will have now one less number of variables. So instead of V1, VA, V2, you will have only two. One is VA, another is either V1 or V2. So that you can solve easily. Okay. So I hope with that,
Yes, sir.
you can proceed. I want you try it.
Yes, sir. I'll proceed.
Okay. Is there anything else?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Anything else?
Sir, I have
No,
solved this one. Can I show this?
You tell me what is your answer.
It's a 0.5 volt.
0.5 is not the answer.
Sir, I have solved by KVL and KCL. Can you please
I-
tell where the mistake is?
That you have to, if you want to that, then you have to discuss it later, not in this classroom,
Okay, sir.
because we have limited time. Or you can come to department, because I am visiting department Monday, Wednesday, Friday usually. But if you come those days, you can also discuss physically for a long time. But we have limited time here, we cannot discuss long problems. Only short problems, then we can discuss. It is not only
Sir.
your case, we have to discuss for everyone then. Yes.
Sir, I've done this by KVL and KCL. My answer is 0.785 minus 0.785.
Minus,
0.785 minus 11 by 14.
yeah, that answer is okay, but you have to check the procedure. Answer is right.
Sir, I have done this by mesh analysis.
Okay. But then you have to use the constraint also, definitely.
Yes,
Otherwise,
sir.
how can you proceed? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so those who asked me before, you can, this is Archana or who said this? এটা কে বললে?
So, Intrula.
ঐন্দিলা তাহলে দেন ইউ আস্ক ঐন্দিলা আগে যে জিজ্ঞেস করলে সে ঐন্দিলাকে দেখিয়ে নিও, ঐন্দিলার সঙ্গে জিজ্ঞেস করে
Okay, sir.
if I would request you try yourself before consulting, because if you try yourself then you can solve the problem, that will help you much. Okay, any other question?
No, sir.
Okay, if not, then we are actually going to a different topic today. So let me okay, so what we will discuss today is graph theory. Graph theory, the graph of a network. First, we define what do you mean by graph of a network. Can you see? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me optimize it. Graph of a network. Graph of a network. Graph, this actually term is borrowed from mathematics. So when you talk about graph of a network, it is a topological description of a network. The topology is a mathematical term, is a branch of mathematics where it is discussed. So graph of a network, we say that it is a topological description of a network where circuit elements, in this case in topological description, circuit elements are are replaced by lines. Circuit elements are denoted by or replaced by lines, and which are called branches. And the different circuit elements, the junction point of branches represented by a tiny circle, we already mentioned that is called node. So this, the junction point, this already mentioned before mentioning this topological description already. So junction point of all these branches or the circuit elements are represented by tiny circles. They are called nodes. And we actually use this term already, branches and nodes. Now, next, this is the graph. So in a graph, we will have only some lines. There will be no circuit elements. There will be only some lines. So for example, lines like this. Anything can be like this. So this will be one, this one, like this. So only lines and nodes. So graph means the circuit is represented by lines and these tiny circles. That means branches and nodes. Now we define tree of a network. Tree of a network or tree of a graph contains all the nodes. Okay, and at this point, let me mention one more thing. The graph can be of two types. One is undirected or undirected, and another is directed or oriented graph. undirected or unoriented graph and directed or oriented graph. It means that this is undirected, and directed oriented graph means there will be some arrows indicating the direction of current. If we have like this, then it will be called an oriented graph. So it can be undirected, directed or oriented. For many calculations, will be mainly interested in the oriented graph. Anyway, so we come back to the definition of tree. The tree of a graph contains all the nodes. These are the nodes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 nodes. Nodes, actually we denote by, say, number like this. Say you can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nodes. And branches also you can use some numbers. For example, this is branch 1, branch 2, branch 3. You can name anything as you like. 4, 5, 6. So this is how we write the branches. We branch the numbers, we write beside the branch, and node at the node point. So when the tree of a graph contains
Sir,
all the nodes.
Can you zoom in the picture a little? Like it's very small.
Very small. Now, for
Okay,
that,
sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. It's okay. Thank you, sir.
the tree of a graph contains all the nodes. That means it will contain all the nodes, but there are no closed paths. You can see there are many closed paths. This is a closed path. This is a closed path. So we have to draw the graph. If we can draw the graph or part of the graph where all the nodes are involved and the branches are taken in such a way that no closed paths are formed, then it will be called tree. Okay. For example, a simple example is like this. Say, this is, for example, a tree. You can see that all nodes are taken into account and branches are taken in such a way that no nodes, no loop, closed paths are there. Okay. If we draw with respect to this, then what we do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you draw in such a way that so this is also a tree. We are not drawing this one. If we draw this 4, it will be closed loop. We are not drawing this 3 to 5. If we draw this, there will be closed. So in this way, when we take all nodes, but only those branches, so that no closed loops upon this is called tree. And the branches which form the tree, these are called twigs. The branches or lines which are used, which are the part of the tree, these are called twigs. And for example, this is also twigs. And those which are left out, for example, this one, this one, with reference to this graph, these are called links or cords. So we can write here twigs. In this particular example, twigs are, this is 1, 2, I'm drawing with reference to this. This is 3, this is 4, 5, 6. So when we have this as the tree, then twigs will be 1, 2, 3, 5. These are twigs. And links or cords, these are those which are left out. That means 4, 6. As this is not the only way by which you can form tree. You can form tree in other ways also. You can keep this one and remove this one and like this. So depending on what tree you have used, accordingly you will have twigs and links or cords. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
if you take all the chords together, links or chords together, that means this one, that is 4 and 3, 6. So if you draw like this, that means which are formed using links or chords, this is called the coat tree. Coat tree means the complement of a tree, because this coat tree and tree will make a graph. So coat tree is missing from the tree. So tree plus coat tree will be your graph. So coat tree is the complement of a tree. Now let us do a very simple calculation. Let us say n is the number of nodes. B is the number of branches in a graph. Then you can easily check the number of twigs, which we denote by B subscript T, is equal to n minus 1. So number of twigs will be always number of nodes minus 1. You can check here 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 minus 1, 3. 1, 2, 3. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 minus 1, 4. You see 1, 2, 3, 4. So twigs is always number of nodes minus 1. And the left is simple number of links or chords, which you denote by B subscript L, is equal to B minus BT, and is equal to B minus N plus 1. So if you know the total number of branch, total number of nodes, the number of links will be B minus N plus 1. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now we define the rank of a tree. Rank of a tree is also the same as the rank of a graph. Rank of a tree is equal to number of nodes minus 1. And this is also the rank of a graph. And if we take an oriented graph, say, let me draw the simple one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you can see the branches, say 1, 2, 3. 3 branches I have drawn and 4 nodes. Now, the branches which meet at a point are said to be incident at that node. For example, at that node, in node 1, only branch 1 is incident, because branch 1 is meeting node 1 only. So 1 is incident at, so branch 1 is incident at node 1. Similarly, at node 2, which branch or branches are incident? Node 2, tell, in branch 2, node 2, which branches are incident? Speak out.
So 1 and 3.
1, 2, 3, all three.
Yes.
All are meeting. When the branches are meeting at a node, those which are meeting at a node, then it is said incident. So here branches 1, 2, 3 is said to be incident at node. So here it may be oriented or unoriented. Regarding the incident at node, you don't need to say about the oriented or unoriented. It is the same answer. But the oriented one will be important when we say it is away or towards. For example, in this case, this branch is moving away from node 1, but it is entering into node 2. If you change the direction of 1, then it will be just the opposite. So in that case, then we need the arrow. But just only for incident, we don't need the we don't need the arrow or oriented graph. But as we discussed in the next few parts, so we will be interested mainly in the oriented graphs. So now we define incidence, whether incident, so incidence matrix. We define incidence matrix. Incidence matrix, it is a rectangular matrix of size. It is a rectangular matrix of size n by b. That means nodes by branch. So number of nodes by number of branches. So this is number of rows, number of columns. And the matrix we define by this matrix. And the elements of this matrix, how do we know the elements? Elements we denote by A, I, J. So A, I, J, how will you define the elements? A, I, J is said to be 1 or minus 1 or 0. So I indicating node and J is indicating branch. Node, branch. When I is incident to, when J is incident to I, J is the branch. Here I am assuming that I is for node and J is the index for, this is node index and this is the branch index. So when we say like this, Aij is the element which takes into consideration the incidence of J into I, incidence of branch J into I. When the branch J is not incident into node I, it will be 0. So it will get this when branch, if branch J is not incident at node I. So it is not incident, it will be 0. But if it is incident, it will be non-zero, but it can be 1 or -1. So I am writing in short, you write in full. J like this, J incident at I and directed away from node directed away from node I. So this will be plus. And it is same but directed towards node I. So in this way, now you can understand that this needs the directed graph. Okay. So yes.
So if it's one, if it is directed away from the means like the direction is going like outside, like for in the graph you have plotted up for that one, like for branch 1 it will be
We'll
1.
We'll show it. Don't lose your patience. No, we are coming.
Okay, sir.
I'm not leaving you here. Okay. So I have drawn few more things. You can draw it. This is arbitrary. There's nothing to do here. Anyway, sorry, I should not draw it here. This is actually not the complete graph. This you can say is a tree I have drawn. Anyway, so let us try to understand this with an example. So in this example, we will see how we can draw the graph from a practical network, from an actual network. How can I convert that to graph? Then we can form tree, etc. That will show by example. So let me use that example. Sorry. You have to always draw along with me. Don't just see what I'm doing. You have to do yourself also. Okay, so this is V. This is 1. Let me denote the nodes first. So this is node 1. This is node 2. This is node 3. This is node 4. Okay, so do note one thing, that there are 2 elements and they are in series, we can take this as a single branch. You can put another node here also at the joining, but that will increase the number of nodes and your solution size will be bigger. So that is why when they are in series, then we can replace the by a single node, single branch. Similarly, voltage source and a series resistance, you can replace that by a single branch. Okay, that we can do. Similarly, current source in parallel with an admittance, that you can replace by a single branch. Remember this. These are simplified approach of simplified graph, writing the way of way of writing the simplified graph, drawing the simplified graph. Okay, that will reduce the size of your mathematics or matrix that you are going to solve. Anyway, so that is why, so we take this as branch 1, we take this as branch 2, then this as branch 3, this as branch say 4, this as 5, this as 6. So now we can draw the graph. So the graph. So graph will be so this is 2, this is 1, this is 3, and this is 4. And this branch is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, 5, and 6. This is graph, but this is unoriented graph. But we are interested in oriented graph. So you show the arrow. For example, I have shown one arrow here. So you can accordingly show arrow according to, that is arbitrarily, because there is no rule that you have to give arrow in this direction. But finally, when you are doing the solution, then you have to take the sign accordingly. Anyway, so let me write arbitrarily this as the direction, this as the direction, this is the direction of current, this is the direction of current here, this is the direction of current here. So in that case, then the oriented graph will be like this. 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now we have got the oriented graph. Okay, is it clear? Yes,
Yes,
or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So if there is any no, then also tell me. So now we are going to write the incidence matrix. So incidence matrix, I said the size is n by b. So we will have number of rows here. So nodes. Nodes will be number of rows. How many nodes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So node number 1, 2, 3, 4. And in this direction, we will have branches. B. How many branches are there? 6. So we write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we make a matrix. So matrix size will be, in this case, what will be the size of the matrix? 4 by 6.
4 by 6.
4 by 6 matrix will be this incidence matrix. Now, let us see A. This is 1, 1. This is I. This is our I. And this is J. So A, I, J. 1, 1. Look at, this is 1. And this is 1. So it is incident or not? It is incident, right? Branch 1 is
Yes.
incident or not? It is connected here, but it is directed away. So its sign will be +1. Okay, right?
Yes, sir.
Now anyone tell me what will be here? A 1, 2 here. What should we write here?
0, sir.
0.
0.
Because 2 is here and 1 is here. It's not connected. So it is 0. For 3, 1, 3,
-1.
-1.
minus 1. Right. For this one, 0. Then for 5, 0. For 6, minus 1. So you can do it actually quickly. First check which are not incident. So put those 0 first. For example, we are going to 2. 2 means 1, 2, 4 are connected. That means 3, 5, 6 should be 0. 3, 5, 6. Then 2 to 1, it is coming. So it will be minus 1. 2 to 2, it is away. So it will be plus 1. 2 to 4, it is going away. So it will be plus 1. Okay? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, then next, tell me what will be this one. Three. This will be 0. You can say which part will be 0. It is connected to 3. So 1, 6, 4 will be 0. 1, 4, 6 will be 0. That you can write quickly. Next, 1, 2, sorry, 2, 3. 2, 3 means minus 1. Then 3, 3,
1.
1. 3, 5,
1.
1. So everyone should try this. If anyone not following, let me know. Next, tell me, Archana. Archana, you tell me
Yes, sir.
this. You only tell me this
Yes.
last row.
Okay, so it will be 0, 0,
0,
0, 3 times.
0, 0,
0,
0,
minus 1, minus
Nine.
1,
minus 1,
minus 1,
minus 1,
plus 1.
plus 1.
Yes.
Okay. So is it okay for all?
Yes, sir.
After writing, we can check. One check that is not 100%, but the sum of each in each column, the sum will be 0. You see, 1 minus 1 is 0. If it is not 0, then there must be some error or mistake. But if it is 0, does not guarantee that there is no mistake. So if mistake that you can, if it is not matching, then you can say for sure there is mistake. Anyway, so this is called the incidence matrix 4 by 6. Okay. From this matrix, we draw the reduced incidence matrix. You have this in your notebook, I guess. So now from this matrix, we'll draw a reduced incidence matrix that is actually needed for some mathematical calculations. So what is reduced incidence matrix? You can eliminate just any one of the rows. Any one of the rows you can eliminate. Then you will get a matrix from this one, which is called the reduced incidence matrix. Because this is actually done mainly because 1 is used as a reference. So as if that part is taken as a reference. If we reduce this one, if we remove this one, then 4 is as if 4 is taken as a reference. It is taken as 0. So like this. Anyway, we don't need to think about that. So the reduced definition, reduced incidence matrix is obtained by removing one row from the incidence matrix. So if that is the case, then we can write the reduced incidence matrix. Sorry. Okay, let denote this by A, reduced incidence matrix. So from the previous example, if we remove the third one, it becomes 1, 0, minus 1, 0, 0, minus 1. Then minus 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. Then it is 0, minus 1, 1, 0, 1, 0. So this is the size of the reduced incident matrix. It now becomes 3 by 6. That is, it is the size of n minus 1 by b. This is the size of the reduced incident matrix. Now, let us see an example where how can you use this reduced incident matrix from some calculations. So from the reduced incidence matrix, if you look at this, let us look at this graph. If I ask you to draw a tree, how can you draw a tree? This, you can keep this. For example, tree. From that, you can draw it like this. This is, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 2, this is 3, this is 6. So this is one possible tree. Another possible tree can be like this. One, 2, 3, 4. So this is 2, 3, and this is 5. So in this way, you can actually draw many trees from the graph, satisfying the condition that there should not be any closed paths or loops, and all nodes are considered. But if the number is very small, then you can do it manually. But if the number is large, it will take a lot of time to manually do these things. For that purpose, there is some mathematical formula by which you can find the number of trees. So now you see, how can you find the number of trees in a graph? Given a graph, how can you find the number of possible trees in a graph? The formula is T, number of trees, is equal to determinant of matrix A, reduced incident matrix, and transpose of this. The product of these two, take the product of these two and take the determinant, that will be your reduced incidence matrix. So in this example, then T will be determinant of this 1, 0, minus 1, 0, 0, minus 1, minus 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, minus 1, 1, 0, 1, 0. Then transpose of this, that means row becomes column, column becomes rows. So 1, 0, minus 1, 0, 0, minus 1, then minus 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, then 0, minus 1, 1, 0, 1, 0. After that, you take the product and the determinant. So you do it quickly and let me know the answer. Let me know once you have done it. Yes, it is 16. So you can easily show this. This determinant of this will be 3 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 3 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 3. So if you take the determinant of this one, then it will be 16. So 16 is the total number of trees that can be formed. Okay. Is it clear to all? Or anyone needs further discussion?
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Yes. Okay. So next we go to find sorry. Die-set matrix. Die-set matrix, we denote this by matrix D. What is die-set matrix? Die-set matrix is also a rectangular matrix of size BL by B. That means number of links by number of branches. So this is actually used link. As you remember, we mentioned that links are those which are removed from the graph to form the tree. So, and if you go back to our previous case, for example, this is 4 is a link, here 6 is a link. As soon as you place one link, it forms a loop. So the link is an indication of number of loops in the circuit. So if there are 2 links, means there will be 2 loops in the circuit, 2 mesh in the circuits, independent mesh. So each time we place a link, we form a loop, a mesh, and we can find the mesh current, etc. So that is why the die-set matrix is important. So it indicates the BL by, so PL number is actually indicating the number of mesh or number of loops. Okay, so we'll come back to that later for applications. Now let us see how to find the elements of this matrix, and we denote this by small elements, say Bij. Bij. Ij has the similar meaning as before, and it can also have 1, -1, and 0. But both are branches. Both are branches. So here, J will actually mean the branch as before. J is always defined here as branch in next definition also. But here I indicating the first one, row number, that is links. Okay, so if we are taking a link which is not a part of that branch, then it will be 0. J branch, or we can say link means it will form the loop. So if J is not part of link, part of loop with link I. So with I we get a loop. If J branch is not a part of the link I, then it will be termed as 0. But if it is a part, then it will be non-zero, 1 or minus 1. So if J is part or we can write it like this. In short, if J is in loop I, means link. If J is in loop I and orientation same, they have same orientations, then it will be plus. And here, if J is in loop I, but orientation different, then it will be minus 1. So in this way, we can form the matrices, die-set matrix. So die-set matrix, what is called die-set matrix is a rectangular matrix having size BL by B. And when the loops are defined, the elements of the matrix are defined by this. And each loop, as I said, each link forms a loop or called a fundamental circuit or F circuits. Fundamental circuits or F circuits. So number of F circuits will be equal to number of links. So let us see with an example how we can find the die-set matrix for a given tree. So it depends on your choice of tree. For the same graph, if you have a different choice of tree, you will have different die-set matrix. It's not true that all of you will get the same matrix, die-set matrix for different choices. It will depend on your choice of tree. So, but here I show you with an example just from the previous one. Let me assume that, okay, let me assume this as the tree where this is 1, 2, 3, 4. These are nodes. And this is our oriented graph. This was 2. And this was 3. This was 5. So we have formed the tree. This is our choice. You can have different choice also, as I have already said. Now, how many are left? So you can see here in this diagram, we have 6 branches. That means 3 left. So 1, 4, and 6. These 3 are left. So each time we place a link, for example, if we place the link by using dashed line, this is one link. So as soon as place it here, it will form, and its direction is this. As soon as I place a link, it will form a loop. Now we draw a mesh current direction like this, which is the same as that of the link. According to the direction of the link, we draw the current direction. Next, another link is here. So that will form another loop, fundamental circuit, F circuit. And this is 4. So we can have to write the direction of I as this, the same orientation as the link. And another is here. This is 6, having orientation this. So we can have again orientation same as this one. So we have 3 links form the three circuits that completes the graph. Now, how we can write it? We write it as the F circuits. So according to the number of links, we call it F circuits. So we have three F circuit. First is F circuit 1. F circuit 1 means the fundamental circuit corresponding to link 1. So this consists of which elements? 1, that means the branches. 2, 1, 2, and 3, these branches. They are the elements of F circuit 1. Similarly, what are the elements of F circuit 4? This is F circuit 4. What are the elements of F circuit 4? You tell 4 first. Then what are the other?
The 2, 5.
Okay. 4, 5, 2. Another F circuit, what is that name? F circuit
6. F circuit 6.
6. So if we name this, then it will be easier for us to understand. This will link 1, link 4, link 6. So F circuit 6, so elements will be 6 and
5, 3.
okay, 6,
3,
3, 5. So these are the elements of F circuits. Now we write the tie-set matrix as follows. We write first. What should I write here? F circuits. This will be F1, F4, F6, and branches 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have to draw then the matrix. This is our B. Now the elements of this. So F1, 1. Go for F1, 1. That means in F circuit, in this circuit, whether 1 is present or not. So you have to think about 1. Branch 1 is present or not? Yes, present. Right? So it will not be 0.
Yes,
It
sir.
will be 1. Actually, if this is matching with this one, this will be +1. So for F circuit F4, it will be 1. So I am going just one by one. So F circuit 1, 1, 2, 3 are only parts. So other than 1, 2, 3, all will be 0. Because 4, 5, 6 branches are not part of loop F1, is not part of loop with link I. That means this F circuit 1, it is not part of this F circuit 4, 5, 6, so that will be 0. But others will be 1 or -1 if they have the same orientation. Now you can check here, 1 and 1 same orientation. 2 has the same orientation as this, so it will be also 1. 3 also has the same orientation as this, so it will be also 1. Okay. Now let us go to F4. Anyone tell me which parts will be 0 for F4 line?
1, 3, 6.
1, 3,
Other
6.
than 2, 4, 5. Other than 2, 4, 5. That means 1, 3, 6. This will be 0 because this is not part of this F circuit 4. Now what will be the value here to go to this drawing? So we are looking at 2. So look at the direction of 2 and this sense. They are opposite. Can you see? It is going in this direction, current, but
Yes, sir.
here arrow is opposite. So it will be -1. For 4, will be definitely 1 because
Plus 1.
this direction is chosen from the direction of link. So it will be always 1. Next 5. 4
Minus
and
1.
5 as
Minus 1.
minus 1. What about F6? Now tell me. What should I write here?
0, 0, 0, minus
So 1, 2,
0,
4
1,
is
1.
0.
1, 2, 4 are zeros. Then 3,
Minus 1.
Minus 1.
it is here. And 3 is here. So it will be
Minus
what? Minus 1. Then 5
plus 1.
plus 1. 6
Plus 1.
Plus 1.
Good. So we have this B matrix. So now we have the B matrix as this 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, minus 1, 0. You have to comma, sorry, 0, 0, 1, minus 1, 0, and 0, 0, minus 1, 0, 1, 1. So this is the triset matrix. So triset matrix maps the links, loops to branches. That means how the branches are related to the loops. So that matrix, with the help of this matrix, we can find the relation between the branch current and loop current. For example, if you know the loop currents, how many loop currents are there? 1, 2, 3. But how many branch currents? 6. There are 6 branches, so there are 6 branch currents. How can you relate the branch current to loop current? So that can be done with the help of this matrix. So you can write the branch current in, let us say, the branch current is denoted by IB and loop current by capital IL. Then we can write IB is equal to B transpose IL. That means if you can see always the size of IL is always less than size of IB because number of links is always less than the total number of branches. So if you know the link current or the mesh current, then from there you can find the current in all branches if we just multiply it with B transpose matrix. Okay.
স্যার আমি বলছিলাম যে স্যার ওয়ান স্যার 1, 4 আর 6 এর 6 ব্রাঞ্চে ওই ডাইরেকশনটা যে কোনো ইচ্ছে নিতে পারি না?
No, I said direction according to the direction in the link. সেই অনুযায়ী নিতে হবে।
আচ্ছা,
বুঝতে পেরেছো? তুমি দেখো ভালো করে যে এই মেশে is the same as 1. In this loop, same as 4. In this loop, same as 6. So it will be according to the orientation of the current in the link.
ঠিক আছে স্যার, থ্যাংক ইউ।
Okay?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
Okay. So these are all theories, but you have to understand it well when you are going to apply it. Now, let us see how we can use this to write the KVL. From this, how can we write the KVL of a circuit in terms of graph? KVL using Dicet matrix. So number of KVL equations. Now you can easily say the number of KVL equations means number of loops or number of links. So that will be equal to number of loops, and that will be the same as number of links. So from this, you know how many KVL equations will be there. If Vk is the branch voltage, in a branch K, if the Vk is the voltage across that, then we know according to KVL, for a particular loop, summation of Vk is equal to 0. This is KVL. Algebraic sum of all voltages in a loop is 0. This is KVL. Now let us see how can we convert this into in the form of the matrix. Now Vk, you have said Vk is equal to 0, but what is Vk? Vk is, we can relate to, in terms of elements, Bij into Vj, for j is equal to 1 to b. So if we know for all branches, from there we can convert into branch in a particular loop for I. That will be equal to 0. This is just using the B matrix. I have multiplied it here. As it is shown in the form of summation elements. So we have used the elements. Vj equal to 0 and I can be 1. This is for each I. So I can be 1, 2, etc. up to number of loops. And now in matrix notation, we can write this is nothing but B matrix, and this is nothing but the branch voltage, because J takes into consideration J is equal to, sorry, it is already written there. J is already written there. J is 1 to B. So this is VB. So B, VB equal to 0. This is actually the KVL form in terms of tie-set matrix. Now let us see, let us have to go further. Let me draw. Vk is the voltage in for across the branches, all branches in a loop. So loop can be I, loop is I, it can be 1, 2, 3, etc. So you have many branches in a circuit like this. But you are interested to know the many branches. You are talking about Vk means the voltage across this. We can map the voltage across this in terms of voltage across all of them. So for that, so this is the Vj means voltage across all branches. We can convert those voltage to the voltage across only those in a loop. This is just by the mapping of this. So B is nothing but the mapping of loop to branch that we have done just previously. So that is why we have Vk, we have expanded it like this. And this is in summation form. When you write in matrix form, this will be V into Vb. So this is the branch voltage vector, and this is the scalar matrix of the tie-set matrix. Okay. And this is true for all loops. Is it clear or not? Okay. Now let me draw a sample branch which consists of a voltage source and an impedance. So this is plus, this is minus. This is representing one branch. We assume that in that branch, general branch, we have a voltage source, VSJ. So J is the symbol for branch, any branch, and in series with an impedance ZG. And this is our polarity convention. We take this as plus, and we assume that the current polarity is, this is positive, current through the branch into the branch is IJ in this direction through plus terminal. And when you talk about only VJ, so that will be VJ. So VJ has plus here, minus here. IJ has positive when it is entering this way. This is the source voltage in that branch, and this is the impedance in that branch. This is a general form of representation of a branch in this case. Now, how can we relate this, or how can we write it, expand it like this? So VJ, how can we write VJ from this here? You can see VJ is how much? ZJ into IJ minus VSJ. Right or wrong? Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it is one for one element. And now if you can write it into matrix form also. But let me come from here. The P, we have seen the KVL is B VB equal to 0. And what is B? B is B. We keep it B. And in place of VB, this is nothing but the matrix of this. So you can see this as matrix has come as V. So it will be the matrix of this portion. So this will be B and matrix version. So this will be Z, B, IB minus B, because it is already multiplied by B, into VS, source voltage. Okay, so this is equal to 0. If this is equal to 0, from there we can write that P VS equal to B ZB IB. Again, what is IB? I have just shown in the previous page that IB we can write in this form, B transpose IL in terms of loop current. This is the branch current that we can convert into loop current. So this is our KVL. So our KVL equation. So KVL equation, this, let me write again. So B VS is equal to, we can write also this by another symbol, say Z in, input impedance, a loop impedance matrix. This is called a loop impedance matrix. So you can write this Z in into IL. This is our, so the KVL. So this is the KVL, and where Z, the loop impedance matrix, it is called the loop impedance matrix Z in is equal to B ZB B transpose. This is loop impedance matrix. So once we know the loop impedance, calculate the loop impedance matrix, we know we have IL, BVS is given. So you can see for each IL loop current, you will get one equation. So number of equations will be number of IL. This is nothing but, if you think that if you take it to left hand side, impedance into current, all sum will be equal to total algebraic sum of the voltage present. So this will give us the KVL equation from graph. Maybe I can give an example, because without example it will be difficult for you to understand. You have to know how to apply it. That is most important. So let me give an example then. You write always you write in your notebook. We have this circuit. Say this is A, B, C, D, and this is plus minus, and this is a 2 volt, 1 ohm, 1 ohm, 1 ohm, 2 ohm, 2 ohm, 2 ohm. So now with this example, you will know how to use the graph theory when dealing with an actual network. So we have to, we'll go step by step. So first part will be, say, write the graph of the network, or not write, draw. Draw a graph, or I will prefer oriented graph of the network. And let me give you directions so that all of you do the same thing. Okay. So draw a graph of the network. So how to draw the graph of the network? So let me draw the nodes first. Is given A, B, C, D. Then you join this is the graph of the network, but oriented graph. So it will be like this. This is the oriented graph of the network, but you have to show the branches also. Let me use this number so that you, all of you, follow the same, do the similar calculations. 4, 5, 6. So this is the graph of a network. Here A, B, C are nodes, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are branches. So first part is done. Draw the graph of oriented graph of the network. Next part. Next part is draw a tree of the network and show links by dashed branches. So there are many possible trees, as you already know. You can calculate also how many branches, incidence matrix, and from there you can find the number of trees. But I am drawing here a particular tree, only this: A, B, C, D. So this is the tree. Okay, put the arrow. So this is the tree, and this consists of branches. Twigs are 4, 5, 6. So here 4, 5, 6 are twigs. And it is said the show links by dashed branches. So you can put here a dashed here, that is representing 1. And this you join by dashed line. This is 2. And this by dashed line. This is in this direction. This is 3. So link 1, 2, 3. These are links. Okay. So next step is, I'm telling you actually step by step so that you can follow all what we have discussed so far. Next step is draw or not draw. Write the tie-set matrix. Write the tie-set matrix. So for tie-set matrix, what we have seen, we have to find F circuits. Okay. Anyone tell me how many F circuits will be there? 3. So first one is F circuit 1. F circuit 1 comprises which elements? 1, 4, 5. Then F circuit 4. This consists of elements 4. Well, not 4 is wrong. Not F circuit 2. Because 4 is twig. You have to take the links only. So it will be 2, 5, 4 or 4, 5. 2, 6, 4. Okay. Next, F circuit 3. This will be 3, 5, 6. So now we have obtained this one, and now we know how to write B. So B will be, here will be F circuits. F circuits here, branches there. So F circuits means 1, 2, 3, and branches 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we already know how to find the elements. So as I told you, to do quickly, you first see which are zeros. For 1, F circuit 1, only 1, 4, 5 are present. So other than 1, 4, 5, all will be 0. Okay. For F circuit 2, except 2, 6, 4, all will be 0. For F circuit 3, except 3, 5, 6, all will be 0. Uh, 3, 5, 6. 3, 5, 6. Okay. Now you write the orientation. Also, F circuit 1 means 1 will be always 1, 2 will be always 1, 3 will be always 1. So now remains only to think about this. So think about this, how 1 and 4 are related. 1 and 4, how they are related. The arrow, you have to draw the arrow like this. You have to draw arrow
same.
like this.
1.
Draw arrow like this. The same orientation, so it will be 1. 5, same orientation, it will be 1.
1.
Here, 2 and 4, opposite, minus 1.
-1, -1.
2 and 6, also minus 1. Then 3 and 5, minus 1. 3 and
-1.
6, plus 1.
1.
Okay, so this is our matrix. Which matrix? This is triset matrix. So we have answered the third part, triset matrix. I hope you have noted it in your notebook. So let me go to the next page.
Yes, sir.
So next part is determine KVL equations and then hence loop currents. KVL equations we have shown here how to write. What is our KVL equation? Go back to our previous discussion. This one, this is the KVL equation. Or you can write this as BVS is equal to this, or BVS is equal to this, where B is given by this. Okay, so let me write then. What should I write? KVL, which is BB equal to 0, that gave us what? BVS is equal to Z in loop impedance into IL, and loop impedance is again B ZB B transpose. This is loop impedance. Then IL. So IL is actually the variable that we know in KVL. Now we have to find first Z in. That means this. But before that, we have to know what are the different values. IL, we know that IL will be what? IL will be corresponding to these loops. This link 1, 2, 3. So IL will be I1, I2, I3. What is VS? VS, source voltage. Source voltage, what will be the size of this? Source voltage mean in all branches. So what is how many branches are there? How many branches are there in this example?
6.
6. You can have a look again. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we numbered it like this: 1, 2, 3, etc. So you have to keep this. You have to keep this network in front. So VBS. So it will have size 6 by 1. Then what will be the size? Six by 1. So what should we write here? First branch 1, it is 1. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Sorry. First branch কত আছে? Volt, 2 volt. Okay. We'll come back to this
2
again. And other branches, there are no voltage. So we can easily write 0.
0.
How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now again,
5.
plus or minus. That is the point. Plus or minus. You look at this reference node here. If you take current entering into this, if this side is minus, then it is plus. Current entering into the negative polarity, it is going away from the positive, then it is plus. Say in this case, here is also current flowing away from this. So it will be plus. Okay.
Plus.
Okay, that is why it will be plus.
Yes, sir.
Next is ZB. What is ZB? That will be the size of ZB. ZB is a matrix 1 to 1. One branch to another branch. As the branch number is 6, so its size will be 6 by 6. So it will be 6 by 6. This will be 6 by 1. This will be 3 by 1. It will be 6 by 6. 6 by 6 means here will be branch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in this particular example, when there are no coupling impedances, then all elements except diagonals will be 0. So only the diagonals will be non-zero because there are no coupling impedances. We are not considering any situation circuit where coupling impedances. So here we can see that, so this will be 0. This will be 0 here. This will be 0. Except the diagonals. So what are the diagonals? You look at the branch 1. Branch is 1. You can see 1, branch 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, and 4, 5, 6, 2, 2, 2. Okay. You see 1, 1, 2, it is 1 ohm. 3, it is 1 ohm. 4, it is 2 ohm. 5, it is 2 ohm. 6, it is 2 ohm. So you can write easily that this will be 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. So this is our ZB. Okay? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now everything is in front of you. Now you calculate and let me know what is JD. You know what is B. We have derived previous page. This is ZB. So use this formula to find JD. Let me know. Do it. I'm waiting for you. You will be given 7 minutes.
স্যার ওখানে ওই ভিটা কেন পজিটিভ হলো একবার বলবেন স্যার?
We have to take the reference that we have used here. আমরা এটাকে তো আমাদের রেফারেন্স হিসেবে নিয়েছি স্ট্যান্ডার্ড। সেখানে হচ্ছে কারেন্টটা প্লাস থেকে বেরোচ্ছে, মানে এদিক থেকে আসছে, মানে এইতে যদি কন্টিনিউ করো ইট উইল বি কারেন্ট ইজ অ্যাওয়ে ফ্রম প্লাস অর এন্টারিং ইনটু মাইনাস। এই পোলারিটি মেনটেন করলে তখন ওটা প্লাসই থাকবে, এখানেও তাই। হিয়ার কারেন্ট আমরা দেখো এই দিকে দিয়েছি, এই দিকে অ্যারোটা, কারেন্টটা এদিকে অ্যারো, এই যে অ্যারো, অ্যারোটা কি প্লাস থেকে বেরোচ্ছে, অথবা এখানে যদি দাও মাইনাস থেকে ঢুকছে, তার মানে সেম অ্যাজ দ্যাট, সেম অ্যাজ দ্যাট। যদি অপোজিট হলে মাইনাস হবে।
ঠিক আছে।
Okay, let me write 5 minus 2 minus 2 minus 2 5 minus 2 minus 2 5. Okay, right. Then now we write the BVS. Okay, yes, write BVS. BVS is equal to how much? It will be done quickly.
Two zero zero.
Right. Its size will be 3,200. Now you write this equation. We have BVS. You can write BVS. And we have Z in IL is equal to BVS. So now you can easily write IL means I1, I2, I3. So 5 I1 minus 2 I2 minus 2 I3 is equal to 2. Then minus 2 I1 plus 5 I2 minus 2 I3 is equal to 0. And minus 2 I1 minus 2 I2 minus, plus 5 I3 is equal to 0. So this is KVL in equation form, and in matrix form it will be 5 minus 2 minus 2 minus 2 5 minus 2 minus 2 minus 2 5, and here I1 I2 I3 and equal to 2 0 0. So these are KVL. This is just in algebraic equation form. This is in matrix form. So our purpose is done. Next question was loop currents. So loop current now you can find using Cramer's rule. So let us just try one. Cramer's rule. Find, say, I1. Find I1, I2, I3. So what should be I1? I1 is equal to 2 0 0 minus 2 5 minus 2 minus 2 minus 2 5 determinant divided by the determinant of the full matrix Okay, so do that here, and the rest you can try at home, complete at home. Done or not?
Sir, is it 58 by 89 amperes?
89. Not
6 by 7 ampere, 4 by 7.
yes, 6 by 7. It will be 6 by 7 amperes. And the others you can verify will be 4 by 7 each. 4 by 7, 4 by 7. For the two. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So today, quickly, if we summarize what we have learned today, we have discussed, we have seen how the graph of a network is defined, different parameters, terms used, tree, code tree, twigs, links, branches, nodes, etc. Then we have seen how to find the incidence matrix from a oriented graph, and how the reduced incidence matrix can be used to find the number of possible trees in a graph. Then we have found the tie-set matrix, how to find the tie-set matrix, which has important role in finding the loop currents in terms of KVL, writing KVL. Then we have shown how to write the KVL equations. And finally, we have tested all those with an example. So I would expect that you will practice similar things at home also. And we have only a small part of graph theory left according to your course that we'll discuss in the next class. But what we have discussed so far, you can study or practice at home also. What we have studied, not what we have not studied, you can leave that because we'll discuss next time. And okay, finally again, so you join all on Friday at 11, okay, in the lecture.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, so thank you very much. Let me then leave the meeting now.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Sir. Thank you.
Have a good weekend. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.